Hi guys, it's me Ty coming from my home here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And I hate to have to be making this video, you guys, but the crime has really upticked here in Phnom Penh in just in the last couple days. And like last night when I got home from supper, I was visiting with a girl from India, and she was just all stressed out. She said she'd gone to Royal Palace, and that the tuk-tuk drivers were so aggressive that they pushed her and they caused her to drop her cell phone to drop off her whatever stick or whatever when she was videotaping on her $10 tour around within the Royal Palace. And she couldn't get a hold of mom and dad, nothing, because she has no access to her email, Facebook, none of that, because all that is tied to her phone number on her phone, because everything nowadays is two-factor authentication. And she was supposed to fly out this morning, but she's like, my plane ticket is all online on there too. And she's like, I don't even know what time my flight leaves Phnom Penh. She was just about crying. So she was gonna try and arrive at the airport as soon as possible. And to top it all off, the little store by me, Grandma, she always charges 2,000 real. And it kind of all depends on her mood, because I was talking to one of my buddies from Japan, and he's like, she charged me 2,100. Well, this girl, when they were all talking there, I couldn't help but notice that Grandma's daughter, the mom, that she charged this girl 2,500 real, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I told her, I was like, yeah, you shouldn't be buying there, because after she came over and I visited with her, I was like, yeah, that's not right. Usually it's 2,000. And I was like, you can walk right down the grocery store a half a block from her house and it's 2,100 or 2,200. And she's like, yeah, this just tops off the whole day about that. And then the next morning, a new girl had stayed in our hostel with us, and she started visiting with me in the morning. She's like, yeah, I was robbed last night. And the same thing happened with the motorbike, except they actually snatched her bag. I don't know how the heck they got her bag off of her, but she obviously wasn't paying attention, and the man grabbed it, and she had her passport, her cell phone, and all of her money. So this girl is totally freaking screwed. And I was like, how were you able to get a hold of your mom or whatever? And obviously she had a friend or whatever, so she was able to get a hold of mom. But she's just like, it's terrible. She's like, like I said, I don't have a passport, and thank God that our hostel, that they took a photocopy of her passport. You know, whenever you stay at any hotel or anything here in Cambodia, the landlord takes all of that information from you. So she's like, yeah, I think I gotta go to the embassy or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you need to file a police report first. And she's like, really? They don't do anything. And I was like, no, that's not how things work around here. Because I was talking to one of the foreigners that's been coming here for many years, and he's had just about 3 cell phones stolen already. And he always uses the expensive iPhones. And he said the first 2 were snatched by, one was by a motorbike driver. And, well, actually, the first 2 were, he was actually on his motorbike and they somehow grabbed it. And then another time, him and his girlfriend were getting ready to walk across the street, and the motorbike driver snatched it right out of his hand. And I mean, he's a big guy. This guy's like 6'3". I mean, he's older, he's in his 70s, but he's still a big guy. And which usually they'll target, you know, somebody that's an easy target. They'll always go for somebody like that. But a lot of these women that have been robbed here had like the hostel by these motorbike drivers when they're walking. These women are all like 5'11", 6 feet tall, and they're still robbing them too. But yeah, he told me that on the 3rd occasion that him and his girlfriend were in the tuk-tuk, and the man ran up to their tuk-tuk and he hopped in it with them. He had one foot in there, and he tried to wrestle it away from him. And this big man, he held on to it and was able to fight the man off. So yeah, it's getting downright dangerous, you guys, with this thing here. And like I said, this roommate last night, that they stole all of her her possessions there. She's like, it's gonna do no good or whatever. And I was like, no, the police department is a half a block from our house. I was like, you need to go there. And I was like, from what my friends told me, you have to specifically ask to file 2 police reports. One with the local police department there, which they don't do a damn thing. They won't check the CCTV footage. And then the second one, it goes to the district manager that's in charge of this whole half of the city or whatever. Said he knows that shit like this is going down. Said he can bring the hammer down on these people. And I explained to her that we had this happen over in Thailand too, in Pattaya. During the pandemic, none of the tourists could come there, so it was all the old retired guys there. And the lady boys were robbing them. What is happening is men were going for a walk on Riverside, or along Beach Road, and the lady boys would come over and start hanging on them, and they try to push them away, and they would just rip their gold chain necklaces right off these old men. And these men, like I said, they couldn't defend themselves against these 6'3" tall men dressed as women. And all those foreigners, they went into the police department and they filed police reports and complained to the police department. And the thing about Thailand is their whole economy is based on tourism and manufacturing, but especially tourism. And if you're attacking foreigners and you're pushing tourism out of there, something's gonna happen there. So what happened is the police department, they went ahead and they rounded up all 35 of these ladyboys in Pattaya, Thailand, and they told them, listen up, you better knock this shit off or else you guys are all going to prison. And it fucking did stop. So that's what needs to happen here in Phnom Penh too, because like I said, I've never witnessed this, but countless people now here, and it's just been happening in the last, just two incidents last night, and then another incident a week before that, and then and then I also didn't realize how bad the gun violence is here, because the foreigner that's been coming here for a few years, where they tried robbing 3 with cell phones and got 2, he said that a few of his friends here, that, well, 2 of them anyways, that they were on their motorbike at a stoplight, and 2 men were in a pickup next to them or whatever, and they came over with a gun and they said, give us your motorbike or we'll shoot you. So he had to get off, and they took it. And then the other one, and I don't know if this, I think this might have even been in broad daylight too. I mean, so this is freaking scary, you guys. So that's why I always say, don't buy the newest motorbike. The Honda Dream is the one that everybody drives around here, so they're the best for parts. They can scrap it right down and sell all the parts at Russian market, and that's $2,600. So you're better off buying an older bike, and especially something that's less desirable. This foreigner friend said that he's actually said you're better off buying like a big 250cc over the road bike, because he's like, they don't really want to rob those because there aren't many people to buy the parts for them. It's tough to scrap that bike out, but your Honda Dreams and your Honda Scoopies, they are easy targets. And whenever you're gonna park them around here, they charge you 50 cents at all these parking lots, but at least somebody is guarding your motorbike. So yeah, just be aware. I mean, it's pretty easy to kind of get laxed and let your guard down after you've been here for a while. Because just yesterday, I was sitting out in Riverside and visiting with one of my friends on the phone on one of the benches out by the river, and I thought, I might just walk all the way back to my hostel and just visit with my friends on the phone. It's up to my ear. I shouldn't have somebody rob it for me. It's only if you're texting when it's in a more vulnerable position. I was like, I better not do that, just because, like I said, all these girls and these guys, they said they are in such a nightmare situation that they can't open their email account. They can't get into Facebook or any of their social media to message mom or dad to help them. Mom and dad don't know what the hell happened to them. It's because of all this 2-factor authentication that's tied to your cell phone number, you guys. So yeah, a lot of them bought a new cell phone here for $50, but they can't register or open their email or Facebook or Skype or anything, you guys. So And I'm actually even having trouble with that with my Microsoft account. I send out 100 emails at the beginning of every month to all the different international schools, and Hotmail locks me out of my darn account because they think I'm spamming people because I'm sending the same my resume to each school, you know. And then when it does that, Hotmail and Microsoft, they own Skype as well. So then I get locked on my Skype, so I can't text my family, and I can't use it to make phone calls to all the landlines of my family back in my home country and everything. And for some reason, I have a Cambodia landline with your Hotmail account. It's supposed to work with any telephone that doesn't use VoIP, you know, voice over internet or whatever, and it's not working here in Cambodia. Even though instead of choosing a 1 number for the United States, my 855 number here in Cambodia, it's not sending it. So I have to have a way to get a hold of my family to get the code for me and then give that to me to get into to unlock my accounts, so it unfreezes them. So yeah, just save you guys yourselves a lot of heartache and crying and going to the embassy. And of course today's Sunday, so the girl couldn't even go to the embassy. I think they're only open Monday through Friday and just a few hours a day. I think you can do some of the stuff out online, but it does sound like that most of the people that did go to the embassy, that they were really quick to help them around here. So yeah, just keep that darn cell phone in you guys' bag and hold tight on your bag, because yeah, it just amazed me that they got that bag off this 5'11" girl last night with everything in there, her passport and all. So all right, later. And if you guys like this content, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll keep kicking out the videos from Phnom Penh, Cambodia.